hello. Today is Tuesday, and you're in the right place at the right time. And there is my lovely co-host, Miss Fiona over there. Hello, Miss Fiona. How you doing? I cannot hear you. Are you there? There
Hey,
you go. Now I can
hey.
hear you.
My apologies.
No problem, no problem. We're gonna start all over again. How you doing, Miss Fiona?
I can't complain. How are you?
I am still alive and well. Look, that's my testimony. I'm sticking to it. You know, I'm
I
not.
know.
I'm not changing it either. I'm gonna have that
Hmm.
testimony until the day I'm not here no more. Okay. So I'm gonna keep going with it because it motivates me to keep being here. You know, I am so
Absolutely.
excited for two reasons. You know,
What's that?
me and Miss Fiona get to chop it up for a whole hour, so that makes me so excited. Okay, and the other reason is we get to talk about some of the things that Miss Fiona wanted to talk about. All
Yes.
right, so look, I'm gonna
Yes.
ask you to turn your speaker down a little bit, okay? Because you get a little echo. I don't know if that's from your phone or from your laptop. So we're gonna
Okay.
yeah, that's all right. Let me see. That sounds a lot better. I can't hear myself. That's good.
Okay.
That's the main
All
thing.
right.
As long as it's not coming, because if I can hear myself, everybody else can hear me too. Okay.
All right.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
Fantastic. So now, Miss Fiona, we were having a off-air conversation over the weekend, and Miss Fiona brought up the one of her concerns about the Martin Luther King holiday that we just came out of. And I'm going to address that on the air because it was such a profound conversation that I think that will make a good conversation for the topic today to talk about, or one of the topics that we can talk about, because there's a whole lot of stuff to talk about out there that's going on in the world. And I don't know. Sometimes I get excited when my guests don't show up, don't keep their slot, because then I say, oh yeah, I get to talk to Miss Fiona for a whole hour. That's what's up. That's what's up. That's what's up. I ain't mad about that. Okay. So,
Hey.
so look, let's get the announcements out the way so we can get right to it. We got a lot of time, and we're gonna enjoy the time. Okay. So, first thing I want to do is give a shout out to all of the healthcare heroes that are out there in the world doing what they do. And I tell you, I am so glad that they're on the front line doing what they do because they have been keeping our loved ones alive and healthy, and I appreciate that. And I have made a commitment as long as we do not have an all clear, I'm going to continue wearing this doctor shirt. Yep, that's it, a doctor shirt. I got it on in solidarity to all of the healthcare workers that are out there on the front line. I'm giving them my support and allowing them to see me supporting them wearing this outfit because they have a hard job to do. And if you notice, I don't call them healthcare workers anymore. I call them heroes because that's exactly what they are, heroes. And I want them to know that I appreciate them, I applaud them, salute them for all that they do. Number two, shout out to all of the pastors that are out there on the front line. Pastors have a very hard job keeping their members motivated, uplifted during this time of lockdown. People have been giving us statistics on domestic violence and depression and all these other kind of statistics. And those things fall in the area of where pastors can be of help and assistance to keep you spiritually motivated, keep you spiritually uplifted. And I am glad that we have pastors that are concerned for their people. And a special shout out to my spiritual leader, Dr. Lord Michael Hunt, and mentor. This man has been on the air every day since February of last year, keeping us encouraged, keeping us motivated, giving us a perspective on what's going on in the realm of the spirit. So I'm so glad to be a part of what he's been doing, and I definitely don't have a problem giving him a shout out each and every time that I go on the air. If you don't know who Dr. Hunt is, please scroll down on my Facebook Live and you will see some of his messages. Also, you can go over to my YouTube channel and you will find many of his messages posted on my YouTube channel. So you can find out some of the things that he has been saying, currently and past tense with Dr. Hunt. And last but not least, I want to give a shout out to all of the people that have lost loved ones over the last year or so. This virus, I have started calling it Corona 1.0, and now we got Corona 2.0. It's still killing people. It's out there and it's getting worse. So I encourage people to be safe. Do not, try to act like it's gone away, because it has not. This corona is still out there, and it's hurting people, killing people, making people sicker than they would ever been before, because some people do not get well. Some people don't get well. They still have underlying conditions that carry them on. Have to wear oxygen masks, have to wear heart monitors, because this thing is doing people in. And we still don't know to the extent that Corona 2.0 is the damage that it's doing. I know it's twice as deadly. So please be totally careful when going out. Wear your mask. I got numbers today from newsbreak.com. I'm reporting 24 million people that have confirmed cases in the United States. We are now up to 403,000 people that have died. And all these numbers are being reported by newsbreak.com. They have been following the coronavirus around the world, and they also are telling you how many people have recovered from it. But those are some serious numbers. And for those that were not aware, they just did a tribute in the Washington Capitol. President-elect and the Vice President, they just did a prayer vigil for the 400,000 people that have passed away in the United States. So they are taking this number very seriously, when it comes to understanding what they are inheriting coming into the office of President and Vice President. So I thought the prayer vigil, before he's even taken office at 12:01 tomorrow, he will be the new President of the United States of America, and he is embracing his responsibility. He's hitting the ground running, as you might say. So, I'm so happy to see somebody responsible. Notice how I put that. Somebody responsible at the head of the United States. Speaking of responsible and irresponsible, this fool is giving himself a red carpet 21 gun salute. I'm like, really? Really? A 21 gun salute? Really? Come on, dude. That's crazy to me. That is so crazy to me. I don't know. Am I the only one that feel like that's crazy? Miss Fiona, what's your take on that?
I'm not gonna comment on this gentleman. I just can't wait till it's over. I don't have an opinion.
You ain't got no opinion.
I don't have an opinion, because it's like, it hasn't changed since he got in there. So I'm not surprised at what he's doing, what he has done. It doesn't surprise me anymore. So I'm just waiting for what's new to happen. He's always showed us who he was from the beginning, even from the beginning. So it's like,
yeah, that's so true. He as you might say, he been clowning from day one. You know,
From day one.
from day one he been clowning. You know, I never will forget. I think it was his first or second year as president.
Hmm.
He wanted to give himself a military style parade down past the White House where he was gonna have tanks and jets and everything just fly past to give him a salute, you know, for the 4th of July. I'm like, really? No
He
president has ever done that.
it wa- well, clearly it wasn't about the presidency. It's what type of lifestyle I want
Uh-huh.
and
Yeah.
what the lifestyle I had. So,
Yeah. 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 He messed up a whole lot of stuff. Ain't no doubt about it. You know, this 45.
hmm
I hate to say it, but glad to see you go. You know, don't let the doorknob
yeah.
hit you where the sun don't shine. Yeah, baby, he's out of here. You know,
He had a purpose, though.
yeah, he got to give up that public housing that he's sitting in. You know that he,
Not public housing.
yeah, he living on the government dime. You know, and guess who the government is? We the people. Okay,
Yeah, absolutely.
yeah, he was in public housing. Okay,
Yep.
and then and then
Everybody on welfare.
and then wait a minute. He had a whole moving truck go down to Mar-Largo. I don't know if you're aware of this. You know, the golf
I
course
would.
where he was hanging out at all year long. You know, and you know, all while he was president, and had this helipad, you know, put in and everything.
Oh.
And the people
Mm.
down there at the golf course said, can't do it. He signed an agreement saying that that is not permanent residence. You are not allowed to spend more than 21 days out of a year on the golf course at the resort. So he's already exceeded last year 30 days. Okay. So,
Oh wow.
and you can only stay 3 days at a time. So it's no
Mm.
such thing as permanent residence at this, you know, Mar-Largo, which is a resort. So, and
Hmm.
he signed an agreement when he first, you know, got the place. So
Right.
they're like, we don't want you here, and you're not allowed to be here as a permanent resident. Okay, you know, when you was president, we tolerated you flying in and out on this heliport that we let you build. You know,
Hmm.
but now you ain't president no more. So
Right. We can
now,
act normal.
yeah, it's like he about to get evicted from that place. You know, so that moving truck is just sitting on the outside of Mar-Largo with no place to
so
deliver the furniture.
so his money don't mean anything anymore.
He ain't got no money, okay? You know, and I was having this conversation with one of my politically inclined friends, and I asked him,
Hmm.
I said, well, if they go through with this second impeachment that they're pressing for, because if the
Hmm.
Senate impeaches him, is he still allowed to get his presidential pension? You know, because you know
Right.
you get a salary, you know, and then when you ain't president no more, they give you a pension. You know,
Right. Hmm.
so they like, nope, he can't get it.
Wait. So does Bill Clinton still get his?
Bill Clinton was never impeached by the Senate. Okay, he was just
Okay.
impeached in the House. And
Okay.
you know, and I'm gonna say it, you know, he only got impeached in the Senate for getting a blowjob in the White House in the Oval Office. Okay,
Right.
Monica Lewinsky ratted him out. Okay, but they never did impeach him. They never did impeach him completely where he was no longer president. Okay,
Right.
because he served out the rest of his term. Okay, and
So
Nixon
the
and
crime.
and Nixon, you know, he resigned. Okay, so
Okay.
now the question becomes: do they follow through with the impeachment in the Senate?
Hmm.
And if they do, then he will not be able to receive his pension. That's the only income he got. Every bank in the world and backed away from him because he's bad business. Okay,
Right.
like we ain't financing nothing you got. Anything with your name on it, we don't have nothing to do with it. So people are definitely, backing away from him right now. He is not a good name or a good brand to be behind right now. Okay, and that's worldwide from what I understand. We got a couple
Right.
people shouting out at us. Dr. Katrina Sanders, hello, Dr. Sanders. I appreciate you dropping in. She say, "What's up, Doc?" And she's watching and she laughing, and at the blowjob in the White House, I imagine. Uh, we got Janetta. She's watching, and Albert. He says, "Hey, y'all." So we got them on the line.
Hey.
We appreciate y'all tuning in, checking us out today. Boy,
Mhm.
I tell you, I don't know. Um, he's got a plethora of state charges that are going to be coming at him starting tomorrow. Okay,
Hmm. Mhm.
just to name a few, we've got New York that wants to bring charges on New York State. We've
Okay.
got Georgia now. They're in line to bring state charges against him. And we
Mhm.
also have D.C. now that's in line to bring charges against him for, instigating a riot. Now,
Okay.
in D.C., they said those are misdemeanors. In
Hmm.
Georgia, election tampering, I think those are
Mhm.
federal charges. Not federal, I mean state
Really?
charges, but felonies.
Okay.
And in New York, I believe they have felony charges as well. So he's got to do the dance. He's gonna be like R. Kelly in a minute. I
You
got
think
I got
they would
asthma.
go that far with him?
Beg your pardon.
And you think that it will go that far with him?
I can only hope. You know,
Gotcha.
I would like to see them press it as far as they can within the limits of the law.
Mhm.
Because he has done things outside of the lines. You know how when you being a school teacher, and you tell the students to color
Mhm.
between the lines, keep it between the lines. He then went
Yeah.
way over the line. So what do? You
Mhm.
fail them, or you make them start all over again and learn how to obey.
Well, if that's going to be the case, just a thought. If that's going to be the case, then uh, what are they going to do to local people who cross the lines? You know what I mean? To people who do misdemeanors and stuff like that. Because what's good for the goose is good for the gander.
Exactly, and I know on last week they had a press conference, the Department of Justice,
Mhm.
and they kind of informed the public on what was going on with the investigations of all the people that stormed the Capitol.
Mm.
And cases are being developed as we speak. They said, well, they started out arresting people on trespassing and things of that nature, but that was just to identify people so that they can continue the investigation, and additional charges shall be forthcoming.
Mhm.
They had some lady with her dumb, stupid self. Yeah, I said that out loud. Um, the lady is on social media describing the fact that she broke into the Capitol for the explicit purpose of stealing Nancy Pelosi's laptop so she can sell it to Russia. Okay?
That's
The New
Russia.
Yorker broke that story
Mhm.
on yesterday. Now the lady had already been arrested,
Mhm.
but that's like borderline, espionage. Now you're a spy.
Yeah.
you know,
That's true.
you know,
And she's American.
yeah. So we
Mm.
so we think. We don't know what she is. She European. I can go that far and say that. Okay, which means her
Right.
skin lighter than mine, even under these
Right.
lights. you know. See, I don't have the
Right.
privilege of being, dark skinned under the lights. See, you under the lights and you still dark skinned. Okay,
Mhm.
I'm under the lights. I'm real light skinned. Okay,
Mhm.
so she lighter than me.
We talked about that today with the kids, but I get it.
Okay. All right. Yeah, she European. So
Okay.
yeah, she really put herself in a bad way out of her own mouth. Those they're going to use those words to prosecute her to the full extent of her stupidity. Okay,
Yeah,
because that's
that's.
stupidity on a whole different kind of level. Okay,
I agree.
yeah, man, I can't understand. It's just like a lot of the people that, um, you know, and I hate to say this, but I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna go on the record, and say they should have shot a whole bunch more of them. When they were trying to break in there. That one girl that called her silly self gonna climb in through the window that got her head popped off. You know, it should have been a whole bunch more of them got popped. Okay, I wish that brother that was at the top of them stairs swinging that baseball bat at them, talking about get back, get back. I wish he would just got out his Glock and just started lighting their butt up. You know,
Now you know he would have went to jail if he would have shot them
no,
people.
no, no, no. He was afraid for his life. Okay.
Wait, now does that always work for black people
Yeah.
and not white people?
Yeah. He's in the Capitol. He's a Capitol. He's a federal police officer trying to defend the cow. He was trying to do his job. Okay. Now he outsmarted the crowd by leading them away, but I
Hmm.
don't think his conscience would allow him to open fire on what he thought to be an unarmed, mob. But he didn't know
Mm,
what their intentions were coming at
you're
him like
right.
that. They thought he was by himself. And then he actually led them into additional backup officers. But, man, protect yourself at all costs, brother. If he was in
You
the
see how
hood and a
nice
mob came
people.
at him, he wouldn't hesitate. He'd be like, "Oh no, black people, they're coming at me.
Right,
White people, they come." If
right,
he was in the hood, he started
right.
popping them like left and right. Like, man, I just would one day like for the Europeans to get a taste of what they pass out. Yeah, I said it. We're gonna lose a lot of people on this one.
I mean,
you
I
know,
haven't heard anybody else say it out loud.
yeah. Look, on the eve of Black History Month, yeah, let's just pop off some Europeans that's acting a damn fool. You know, running around talking about they're gonna take over the United States of America. We've been there before.
Right.
We know what happens when they take over.
Hmm.
And don't have no respect for nobody but themselves and their wishes and their demands. Really, we ain't going back there. Okay.
It's sad, but
Yeah. A couple of shout outs here. We got Chris Bass, my brother in broadcasting. He says, "What's up, Dr.Ron and Fiona C. Craw?" He spelled out your full government name.
you see it. Now I have to switch it up a little bit.
Yeah. He said your full government name. He want everybody to know he know who you are. Okay. Leon
Nice.
Davis, shout out to Leon. Thank you for coming on the show. Appreciate you. So now, Miss
Yeah.
Fiona, okay,
Yeah.
we
Hmm.
were having an off-air conversation about Martin Luther King, and on Sunday, you all, we were talking
Hmm.
about, it was the holiday weekend, and you brought up a very interesting question about do young people of color even know who Martin Luther King is
Hmm.
or anything about, you know? And I replied to you. I said it's the responsibility of parents to make sure that upcoming young people know who our heroes are and sheroes because they're both,
Hmm.
and they shouldn't have to wait on a movie to find out, who Harriet Tubman is, who Martin Luther King is, who Malcolm X is. They shouldn't have to wait on a movie, you know, to find out who these people are and what they have done with their life that is beneficial to us, period. Okay.
Hmm.
Because Europeans are not going to tell our story the way it should be told. Okay. I'm sorry. I said it. I'm just winning a popularity poll today, ain't I? You
No,
know,
you just speaking the truth.
yeah, but I'm, some people ain't gonna like what I'm saying and how I'm saying it, but
Mm-hmm.
I'm just trying to make it be known that it's the parents' responsibility. When I was a, you know, young person, um, my parents used to have these encyclopedias of Black history, and we talked about W.E.B. Du Bois, Booker T. Walker, and we ain't talking about Booker T and the MGs, y'all. We talking about Booker T. Walker. We talking about historians, scholars, people that were um, very influential, in Black history. Now, many of those people had inventions and things stolen from them, because somebody of European descent stole their idea, took credit for it, but they were the ones that were behind it, that created these things or discovered these things, and they were in that encyclopedia, uh, and I had to stop for a second. Chris Bay said, "All right, I won't have that name appear. That full name comes up when I type Fiona."
And I got what he said when he was saying that because it does automatically. I understand.
uh, I got you, Chris. But yes, and those encyclopedias you would find in most family homes.
Hmm.
Everybody had their own set. And, in our spare time as young people, we used to sit down, and because our parents, TV wasn't a very popular item all the time. And
Hmm.
when we got on their nerves, the first thing they would tell us is go get a book. you know, and
Yep.
when they would say that, you go find something. If a comic book wasn't available, you find something with a lot of pictures in it, and that book had a lot of pictures in it. So you get a chance to learn and read and understand some of the people of our history, okay,
Hmm.
and what they did, you know. And like I said, on the eve of Black History Month, I thought it was very good that you mentioned that because you were perplexed. It's like, do people even know who Martin Luther King really is? And I was like,
Right.
if they don't, they should, because he was very influential, in the movement, to accomplish some things that these privileges now that we have that people take for granted or they don't take seriously.
Hmm.
So
Hmm.
I got a trivia question for you,
Okay.
okay? And you may know the answer and you may not.
Okay.
How many children did Martin Luther King have?
4.
Good answer. That is
Hey.
absolutely correct. I was looking at a picture of him and his family, and I said, I'm going to ask that question to see if
Hmm.
you actually know the answer to it. So I can't mess you up with that one. So, you're an educator, so I can't trick you, you know.
Well, I knew he was going to talk about this, Dr. Ron, so
Oh,
I
did
had to
you? How did you
read.
know? I didn't tell you.
Because if I ever bring up a topic, I gotta know for myself. I always teach my kids, if I know, the better I am, the better they will be.
Okay.
So, in bringing up that Monday, I knew that we would talk about it, if not today, eventually for Black History Month.
Okay. All right
So
now.
I did.
So you wouldn't count them out, huh?
I did. Well, I was reading something, which what, just to highlight what you said, right? And understanding that it is up to the parents, because I was looking, what was this, on the 8th, that how Chicago teachers are refusing to return back to school.
Yes.
And I'm just saying specifically Chicago because that's where we are. The teachers are not returning back to school, and as of last week, they're facing some
Disciplinary
disciplinary
action.
action
Yes.
without they're getting logged out of their system, and they're also facing up to being fired.
Yes. And the
However,
main thing is they're not getting paid.
and they're not getting paid,
Right.
absolutely. So there's a lot of uproar with that going on. At the same token, that's a perfect example on how parents need to teach their kids. We weren't in school for Martin Luther King prior or after. The kids probably won't be in school next month. And so even though the teacher is there, the first line of defense is the parents to even understand what Martin Luther King was about.
Yes, I totally agree. You know, it's
Mm-hmm.
funny speaking about parents being teachers. I saw a comedian, Damon Williams, good friend of mine. You know, also from Chicago. He was doing a stand-up routine, and he was talking about making reference to parents, you know, dealing with their third grader. You know,
Mm-hmm.
teaching at home homeschooling. You know, video teaching. You know, and he was saying some of these parents have come to the realization, I'm gonna have to flunk you for third grade because you don't know your lesson. So that's a good reality check for parents right now to understand
Okay.
that, you know, kids, you know, are not applying themselves even if they are in school. Come on now. You know, if you sending them off to school to third grade, fourth grade, and they ain't and they get kept back, it's because they didn't do their work. They didn't do what they were supposed to do. And now that
Mm-hmm.
you are feeling the pain of these
You know,
educators, okay, come on now. You know, these educators have been saying it all along. We need help. They've been whining and crying. You know, they need two or three, you know, teacher aide in the room. Not they need a policeman in the room, not in the building, in the
yeah,
room with them. You know, because
yeah,
some of these kids ain't got no self control, and they're impeding everybody from learning. That's why these little European children, parents, like they protesting. Please take my kids back in this building with you,
mm-hmm.
you
Mm-hmm.
know, because they
It's
tired of them being at home. You know,
it's
I didn't know they was this damn bad. You know, here, please take my kids in this building with you for at least 6 to 8 hours. You know, and by the time you get through with them, then I should be able to give them some milk and cookies and send their little bad asses to bed.
go to
Okay,
sleep.
you know.
Absolutely. And we deal with the milk and cookies.
Yeah, boy, I tell you, you know, because you know, you just think about parents that have been treating teachers bad for a very long time. You know,
Mm-hmm.
first of all, why would you give your kids some Captain Crunch in the morning after they had a full night's sleep and send them down to the school?
You talking?
Okay, all that sugar that these kids
You be like,
they come in the room bouncing off the ceiling doing backflips and stuff, you know, bing, 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 all over the classroom. Okay? You know, and you got like English or US history or something you supposed to be teaching for this first 2 hours. And you can't even
right.
get them in their doggone seat.
And understanding that their attention span is about 15 minutes in each
Uh-huh.
increment of stuff. So sugar doesn't help
Yeah.
at
So
all.
so parents are getting it now. No, hell no, put them Captain Crunch down. Don't be trying to eat that
Yeah,
Captain Crunch before you get on that video class. You know, you don't get nothing till lunchtime. You know, peanut butter, no
it,
jelly.
it does. Because it comes at the end of the day, it's how do we work together? And that was a conversation we had today at work. How do, they say it takes a village. It does take a village, but I can't do but so much. And I can't teach and be a social worker and be this and be that at the same token. So it's a lot that goes into it, which I understand. How do kids learn about Malcolm X and Martin Luther King? It's got to start somewhere so that if I touch upon it, they know what I'm talking about.
Right. And that's a good thing. I think it's a two prong approach. You know,
Hmm.
if you give them a foundation at home and it's reiterated at a school setting, then that's a beautiful thing because now they get it both hands. Now, you know, I've had the honor and the privilege to be alive during the civil rights movement, and I
Mm.
remember when Martin Luther King got assassinated, and I also remember when Malcolm X got assassinated. you know. And I remember the riots that took place in the south side of Chicago because, and it's so interesting, during that time, Mayor Daley, the daddy, decided to segregate the white people's school, you know, on the south side of Chicago. And we used to walk 6 blocks in the white people neighborhood as a group to get to their
Mhm.
school, you know, because the dividing line was Cottage Grove. And so we had to walk those 6 blocks in the white people neighborhood under fear that if we got separated, you know, we was in trouble and we might get a beat down. So it was just that serious on the south side of Chicago. And when Martin Luther King died, my mother came to the school and grabbed up all the black kids she could fit in her car and carried
Oh.
us out of there because riots started and began to, tear up like 87th Street, all these major arteries, including the West Side, and I remember that as a kid. Now, I didn't know the politics behind it or anything like that. I just knew that that was, and I saw my stepfather cry, real tears. Now, here's a man that was into child abuse, and I'm sitting up here watching him cry. I'm like, whoever it is, I'm glad they got his big ass crying because he was bigger than me. But I didn't know no better as a kid, okay?
Mhm.
As
Mhm.
life progressed and I understood the story behind King, he's a man of peace, you know,
Mm.
and won a Nobel
Mhm.
Peace Prize. And
Mhm.
all he ever wanted to do was just allow people of color to have an opportunity that was equal to other human beings. That's it. No
Mhm.
more, no less. That's all his message was. You know, people of color to have an equal opportunity to other human beings. Okay? That's it, that's all.
Mhm.
You know. And celebrating this past weekend, you know, many people chose to go out and offer up service on that day. They were feeding the homeless, the less fortunate. They were doing things in servitude. People that, even during the time of pandemic, they offered up an opportunity to give of themselves on this weekend. Now, his actual birthday was the 15th, but they celebrated it on Monday.
Right.
Before we go too much further, I need to do my commercial. I have not took a
Oh,
pause
okay.
for the cause, and I need to do that right now. So if you don't mind, I want you to sit still because we're gonna come right back to you because I might come up with another trivia question for you. I only prepared for one, but I'm gonna have to try and find another one. So look, you
Okay.
guys hold on, stay right there, don't go nowhere. We're gonna take a quick pause for the cause. We're gonna go over to my website, and the first thing you're gonna hear is my theme song, and then we're gonna talk about all of the people that help make this show possible. So stand by.
Ask Dr. Ron, ask Dr. Ron. Whatever you're feeling, he will give you healing, he'll inform you. Ask Dr. Ron, ask Dr. Ron. Entertaining news, political issues, local and globally.
All right. I want to invite people to go over to my website, ask-dr-ron.com. And when you get there, I want you to browse the site, take a scroll down, and take a look at some of the information that's available. And you'll get to a place where you see advertisers. And when you get to the advertisers, I want you to take a special notice of all the people that help support this show to help make it possible. We have right there Quick Efficient Tax Services. Miss Ray Williams is the proud owner of this business, and she has come on the show and talked about all of the benefits of using a very knowledgeable tax preparer like herself. And she works with businesses and personal taxes. So she's also offering a special promotion for anybody that tells her or her staff that you heard about it on the Ask Dr. Ron show, and she's giving up a gift card or a discount or something. I can't remember exactly what it is, but she's giving up some free stuff. Okay, and she is very knowledgeable. She knows her way around the tax code. She can tell you how you can get some money legally. Okay, because she's not gonna let you do something that's gonna get her in trouble. And she said that on the show last month, and she will be on the show again next week to talk about this promotion that she's got going on. So stay tuned for that. Also, you'll see one of my favorite advertisers, Port Again Sam. Port Again Sam has been with me for over 10 years now, and he brings in all of the best wines and spirits from all over the world. And he brings them into Chicago. And I tell you, if you have never had exclusive wines or spirits, you don't know what you're missing. So if you click on the banner, click on this banner, it'll take you over to his website, as well as with all of the advertisers. They'll go directly to their website, and you can get more information. You can reach out to Sam, set up a wine tasting. He will deliver, he will ship to wherever you want your products to go to. So definitely reach out to Port Again Sam and tell him you're interested in having a wine tasting. Find out what he has available in stock. We also have National Block Club University. Now, Mr. Cyron Smith and his organization helps bring security to your community. He helps your children, your seniors, and families develop an organization, develop through his organization a safe community for you to be at home, doing what a family is supposed to do, enjoying your neighborhood. He can help you develop that security in your neighborhood. That's National Block Club University. Go over to the website and check it out. Also, Chief Nomo's Oasis. Chief Nomo brings in products from the west coast of Africa, namely Ghana. When you go over to the website, you'll see soaps, moringa seeds, oils, all products from the coast of Africa. And you can also get alkaline water, which at a time like this, you definitely want to have something that's going to help keep your immune system fully operational so that you don't have to worry about covert 1.1 or covert 2.0, okay? And you will be able to survive this by some of the information that he can help you with. And if you call him, he will gladly do a consultation with you and tell you what it is that you need. RRJ Webb, Mr. Ralph Jenkins, Mr. RRJ Webb will help you with any of your web solutions that you need to solve. Mr. Jenkins has been helping people bring their ideas to the web. He's also been helping people fix their broke websites. Any kind of web solution that you need, he can help you with it. Just reach out, Mr. Jenkins, and he will gladly help bring your idea to the World Wide Web. Mr. Prince Hunter Financial Group. Now, they are helping people understand about the stock market, the forex market. You reach out to them. They're offering 2 free classes for you to understand what the stock market is all about, to understand what the forex market is all about, and you can go over there and know what learn what it is you need to know to make money in the stock market. Okay, so Prince Hunter Group, go over to the website. He'll be more than happy to show you what you need to know with your 2 free classes. Be sure and ask for them now. I'm calling for my 2 free classes, and then after that, you'll be ready to tackle the world. Okay, and that is it. Also, I want to point out we have other affiliates that we work with: Chicago Communicator News Media, as well as Immaculate Educational Counseling Consultant, which happens to be my lovely co-host. So let me get her back on the air here so y'all can see her when I talk about her. There she is, Miss Fiona. And shout out to Miss Toretta Thomas and Miss Paula Gilmore, who just dropped in to check on us. So glad to see you all. So now, with the eve, and I keep saying the eve of Black History Month. Now, I got a pet peeve, okay? I don't like to think of Black history as just 1 month out of the year, okay? It's just like I don't like to think of one day out of the year that we got to celebrate where we want to show our love towards somebody, namely Valentine's Day, okay? You know, I believe that we should show love every day. I believe that we should celebrate our existence every day, because it's just that important to, demonstrate, love and the knowledge of the people that help make this, world the way that it is. And we need to keep that on the forefront of encouragement when we talk to people. So I don't like to limit to just 1 month out of the year. I believe every day we do something to celebrate, And as an educator, would you just stick to the traditional Black History Month, or Valentine's Day, being just one day out of the year?
No, I definitely wouldn't. For the simple fact that I'm Black. I live it 365 days, every day until I die. So it's always something to share, something. If it's with whoever, I have a grandmother. I knew my great grandmother. That was history by itself, and I remember the things that I experienced with them, and also what they told me. So I don't think Black history should be stopped at every month, especially because you're Black, or just for people, period, because that's why we have racism, because people don't know how to comprehend, and it's a difference between comprehension and understanding.
Yeah.
And Valentine's Day, that's just a money grabber like Christmas to me. So
Yeah, it is. But the
mm,
concept behind it is show
and-
love. So if you got one day out of the year, okay, so now I'm not gonna show you no love until, next year on February 14th, you know.
that's a problem.
You understand what I'm saying?
Right,
We need love
right.
every day.
Oh,
Okay?
absolutely. Yeah.
And if you don't show love but once a year, that's why, you got the problems that you got, because you're not getting no love. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Um,
Right.
so with that being said, like you said, we wake up this way every day. I know y'all can't
Mm-hmm.
tell I am, a brother. Okay, because all these lights on me, make me look a little light skinned because I can't get no sun right now, because we live in Chicago and ain't no sun going on. But it's still something to be celebrated.
Well,
Celebrate.
even I'm sorry. Go
Go ahead.
ahead.
No, no, no. Celebrate us. That's all I'm saying. Celebrate us.
And you have to celebrate everybody that, you know what, look at people's features. And this is where I was talking to the kids earlier. Are you brown? And we have light skinned kids, we have dark skinned kids, we have brown skinned caramel kids, understanding what black is, period. It also goes down to your features. You could be white or Caucasian and you still have a black nose. Where you get that nose from?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah. Embrace all of you
Mm-hmm.
and understand what you're made of.
Mm-hmm. That's true. You know, um, I love to talk about, people from other countries, like Nelson Mandela. That's a man that
Hmm.
needs to be celebrated for all that he's accomplished. Right up there with, the Martin Luther Kings of the world. And there's others. Here's a man that stood up for his people and eventually, rose to the presidency of his country, where he was able to accomplish more and mend the brokenness that was in his country, and that was a lot. That was a lot to do, you know, because it takes a lot to mend brokenness, you know,
Absolutely.
you know. So now going back to, let's see, um, Martin Luther King. Since since
Okay.
since you're gonna make me come up with something, let me ask you this question.
Hmm.
Uh, do you know what the FBI was able to uncover on Martin Luther King when they were following him around and making a case file on him? See, that's a little bit harder than how many kids you got.
well, this could be very. It could be a touchy thing when you ask that question. I know in watching there was a clip that they said that he had multiple women.
Okay,
The FBI found out about that, which I was like, "Are you just finding it out to depict his character?"
but if that's all they found out, then I think that's a good thing. Okay, because think about it. Okay, they followed him around. They dug in his trash everywhere he went. They did rectal exams on him every time he got arrested. And if that's
Hmm.
all you came up with, the FBI and J. Edgar Hoover, was the
Hmm.
fact that he might have got a little tail on the side, while he was out, trying to protect the world, and help the world. I'm like, I applaud the brother, you know. So I don't think it's a negativity at all. That proves that he was only human. They didn't say he was Jesus Christ. They say he's Martin Luther King. you know,
When you're in the spotlight, you got to be Jesus Christ.
huh?
I said, when you're in the spotlight, you got to be Jesus to
No,
everybody.
no, 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 no. Humans make mistakes, okay? And sometimes, you can, and first of all, we don't have a right to judge anybody for anything, okay? First of all, you
Hmm.
know, um, so to try and say that, he got a little coochie, but he still kept going home. He kept showing up at his crib with his 4 kids. He didn't say he didn't run in the sunshine. Okay, he didn't call her up and say, "Put your mom on the phone."
No,
I'm not coming home no more. Y'all have a nice life. He didn't do that.
you make me want to go all the way. What does that mean? He still came home after he got some coochie. That's funny to me.
you know,
Not messing with you, Dr. Ron. What?
I'm just saying. With
Yeah, I know.
all of the dollars and cents that the government had at their disposal, okay,
Mm-hmm.
and if that's all they came up with, I think that hey, then he was all that and a bag of chips, okay.
So let me ask you that. Well, what is your answer to that? Because I have another direction that I could go with that
Well, go in your
response.
direction. Go in your direction. Because I
Um.
think you're
Well.
correct, and if that's all that was it, that was all they found because they had sealed his dossier,
Hmm.
for I think 20 years or 50 years or something to that. nature. And then once the information was finally released, then that was all that was in there. They couldn't find much of nothing to talk about. But go ahead.
Right, because then I also, and consider if that was the only thing that they found from him, it went to the leadership that they had, because in understanding that he was a Christian and what the Christian is supposed to be like, I'll say perception of what a Christian is, and now it's like, well, look at your leader. You know what I mean? Your leader is doing these bad things that a lot of people do. And so, especially when dealing with the Black community, that's something that we shun upon.
Well, and I agree, but should we? That's the question I would put out there. Should we? Because why would you put a standard that you can't live up to? Because if you go out, being a good Baptist and, mess around on Wednesday, and then you go back to church on Sunday, and everything is okay because you said, okay, I thank you, Jesus, and a couple of dozen times and put some money in the collection plate. Now I'm all right again to go cheat again on Wednesday. Okay, but I'm not the leader of the church, so I can do this. Okay, and then some leaders of the church are doing the same thing still because they're only human. Okay, so
That's right.
at the end of the day, no matter what their faults are as a human, what did they do good? What did they accomplish? This man gave up his life for the movement that he believed in, plain and simple. And I can't, I refuse to take any mud that they might sling on him, to discredit his Nobel Peace Prize, and the bullet that he was willing to take, for believing in what he believed in for our people, period. Okay, so go ahead.
So I know we only have like a couple minutes left. My question to you, you Chicagoan, see if you remember this. Do you remember any of the memorials that they had? Let me just reverse. I didn't know that Dr. Martin Luther King and Coretta and the 4 kids lived in Chicago. Do you remember that?
No. Vaguely heard about it. Yeah, where they lived in the Marquette Park area. And they had plenty of riots, and he joined up with many of the prominent ministers in the Chicagoland area, and they marched together to try and open up housing in the Chicagoland area. That was what the protests in Chicago were, and he went up against Daley the Daddy, and that was what that was all about. Yeah, you're right. We ain't got but a few seconds left here. Look, I gotta do this before. Good question though. See, you didn't think I knew an answer, did you? Aha! Let's do this right quick. Let's go over to Miss Fiona's page here, and encourage you all to go over and check out her website. Tell us about your page, Miss Fiona.
Well, that's www.immaculateed.com. As you can see, I'm really passionate about education and helping people learn. And I do a couple of things that if you should find something specific after you have went to the page and gathered any information that you like, just inbox me, or you can inbox Dr. Ron. And we can go from there. I do businesses as well as individual learning skills and analysis. So just check us out.
Definitely. Now, I am a first partaker of this website because I am currently back in education mode. I am with one of her tutors for Spanish, and I tell you, it's an adventure. That's all I can say. It's an adventure, I tell you. Oh, my God. This old brain ain't had to try and chomp on nothing new for a long time, but I'm sticking to it. Okay? So if you're interested in furthering yourself in any kind of way, if I can do it, you can do it. Okay? Check out her Facebook, check out our Instagram. Also come back and check us out each and every Tuesday from 5 p.m. to 6 p.m. Also go over to ask-dr-ron.com. Fill out a contact card. You'll find our YouTube link on the top of the page. We got a YouTube channel. We need you to subscribe. We need you to like it. We need you to share it. Check out our vendors. Please support our vendors. If you would like to be a guest on the show, get in touch with Miss Fiona. Get in touch with myself. We would love to bring you on and chop it up. As you see, I have no filters whatsoever. I will say anything I desire. Okay? And Miss Fiona will sit there and look like, I ain't saying that.
I got your back though.
There you go. There you go. So yes, please support us, support our vendors, because they make it possible for us to do what we do here on the Facebook Live. Shout out to all of our guests that have popped in and made comments on our feeds. We appreciate you guys. We're going to get out of here for this week. We are 2 minutes over, but we're allowed to go as far as we want because we were talking about very important things. You know, people of color in this world, period. And we're going to be talking about it some more and more. Next week, don't miss the show. We're going to have Miss Ray Williams from Quick Fishing Tax Services. She's going to be giving us some more tax info that we need very badly on how to navigate through this tax system. But check us out next week. It's going to be better and better each and every time. Miss Fiona, you got the final word. Get us out of here.
Keep smiling, and remember, to be aware is to be alive.
Peace.